Hey, what's up guys, Syed here, and today I am in my friend's Audi A3 1 litre TFSI. So I want to thank Mark, thanks for lending me your car. You can check him out on Instagram, Cars and Tech SGP. I'll put a link to his Instagram in the description below. He does car reviews, tech reviews as well, so those of you who like gadgets and stuff, you can check out his profile. So actually Mark is beside me, but he's camera shy, so yeah, you're only gonna see me. And I already asked him about his ownership experience with this Audi A3. I asked him, what he likes about the car, what he dislikes, all of that. I'll cover that later on in this review. So this is the Audi A3 Sedan, and you can get this car in 3 variants: the sedan, the sportback, which is like the hatchback 5-door, and the cabriolet. So this is the sedan, like I mentioned, and it comes with a 1 litre 3-cylinder turbo engine producing 114 horsepower, 200 Newton meters of torque, and does 0 to 100 in about 9.9 seconds.
Taking a look at the exterior of the Audi A3, it's a pretty small sedan. It looks modern and it's a pretty good looking car as well, in my opinion. And when I see an Audi A3 in white, I feel that it looks more expensive than it actually is. I think it's just a psychological thing. This is also apparent when you open the door and you take a look inside the car.
So moving on to the interior of the car, it's actually quite a nice place to be. Audi, they make fantastic interiors. This car no different. The materials, it feels very solid. You get this very nice leather here. The buttons all just feel very like quality. You can feel the quality in the car. Even the doors have this weight to it, so you know that the car is like well built. The metal here, everything just feels solid and well built basically. Even the dials here is like very clear, like typical Audi. It's very clear. Even though this doesn't have the Audi virtual cockpit, it still serves its purpose very well. Like your dials and gauges are very big, very prominent, very clear. Steering wheel, I love the design. It's very sporty. It's like they only put whatever is necessary. There's no additional stuff that takes up space without serving any purpose. Like you can see here, they utilize the space really well. And moving on to Audi MMI, is the same as what you get in other Audis. It's just easy to use, very simple. To be honest, I still think BMW iDrive is a bit easier to use, but this one, after you get used to it, it's actually quite easy as well. The dials also have this very solid feedback. When you turn it, you can hear the like that clicking sound. Moving on to practicality, for a relatively small car, actually it's quite good. So for example, your center compartment here is actually not too big, but I think for a car of this size, it's just nice. Same goes with the glove box, and also with the side door bins here. It's actually quite useful. Same story with the rear space in the back. With this seat in my original driver's position, I get quite a lot of leg room, like a lot of knee room, which actually surprised me because I wasn't expecting that much of leg room. However, headroom is, my head is almost touching the roof of the car. But I mean, it's not a very big car, so I don't expect it to have lots of space in the back. Boot space wise, you get about 425 liters of boot space, which is slightly smaller than the Mercedes CLA. So what is the Audi A3 like to drive? Since the owner of this car is right beside me, I'm just gonna ask him, Mark, what is the Audi A3 like to drive in your 2 years of ownership?
I think it's a very the power is there for this compact luxury sedan.
Okay,
so
I try.
It doesn't. When you do the pickup
is there.
Yeah, the pickup is there. So for overtaking or picking up from the traffic light, I think
no problem.
Most of the time you won't have an issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
So, and for space wise, for small family or even couples, I think it's just nice.
Just nice.
The size is just nice.
Okay. You have any because maybe it's your window shade. Like I feel like a bit hard to see. A bit hard to see, but maybe it's just the window shade. But visibility, I think not much of an issue.
No issues, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually it's quite good. Maybe the rear windows are a bit small, but other than that, everything I can see perfectly well out of the car. Driving. Yeah, we do have the driving modes here, right? The comfort, auto, dynamic. So usually you drive in auto. Auto. Okay. Let me try dynamic, which is Audi's sports mode. And this car even comes with the pedal shifters. So let me try. Not too bad, not too bad. But it's a small engine, so I don't expect it to be like super fast. You know, 1 liter turbo, 3-cylinder turbocharge. It's not too bad. This car also, I don't think there's much body roll, right? Because it's not a tall car.
Yeah, and it's not very heavy.
Yeah, it's not very heavy. It's only about 1.2 tons. So
here you can try. No police here.
Flooring the car in dynamic mode. Yep, for a small engine it's actually quite good, to be honest. For 1 liter engine. Yeah, and with 2 grown adults in the car. Steering is also actually quite light. It makes it very easy to drive in the city and stuff like that. What about noise? Do you think the car is noisy when you drive it? Wind noise, road noise?
Not that noisy.
Not that noisy,
yeah. Road noise maybe here and there, but
okay.
Wind noise not so.
Yeah. Do you know what tyres you are using right now? I forgot to see just now. Primacy. Michelin Primacy. So sports, low profile sports tyres. Okay, so maybe you can expect a bit of noise. But actually it's nothing to complain about, to be honest. I can feel that I'm driving a small car for some reason. Like I just can feel, you know, when you drive some cars you can't feel like it's a big car, you can't feel like it's a small car. But this I can really feel that it's a small car. It makes it like easy for city driving, for parking, things like that. For new drivers. Yeah. So fuel consumption wise, I think just now you mentioned you were getting about 13 kilometers per liter.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, which for 1 liter engine, 13 is mix of city percent, highway, 40% city. 13. Okay. Do you think the fuel consumption could have been better? Do you whack the car a lot?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, then
sometimes I can be heavy footer.
Okay. Yeah. So 13 for heavy.
It could be better.
Could be better, right? Maybe if let's say you're very light, you can expect about 15.
Yep.
15. Okay. Yeah. By the way, Mark is he just pumped RON 98. Right? Yeah, RON 98. So you know 13 is it if 95 you'll get about
12 plus.
12 plus. Okay. Yeah. So if you pump 95, RON 95, you get about 12 plus. So 98. Higher octane, so you get slightly better fuel economy. So overall, what do I think of the Audi A3? It's entry level continental car, right? I think this is a very good choice because it's kind of like no nonsense kind of car. It looks good, it's practical, it's powerful enough, and most importantly the pricing. Because this car, I noticed that the pricing is very competitive, very strategically priced. So this car is about 100 right now. 2020 is about 130 something K, if I'm correct, which makes it cheaper than the BMW 1 Series, cheaper than the 2 Series Grand Coupe which just came out. So yeah, I expect it to be cheaper than that. It's also cheaper than the Mercedes CLA, and this car can only compete with the Mercedes A-Class hatchback in terms of pricing, but that's a hatchback, this is a sedan. So in a way you're getting a bit more car with this. Overall it's just a very, for entry level continental car, I think it's about right. It's almost perfect, you know, in terms of pricing and the features and driving and the performance and everything. Mark, anything you dislike about the car?
There's no passenger electric seats.
No passenger electric seat. Okay, so it's other than, okay, I mean it's a small issue lah, right?
And it could have come with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay.
Yes. It doesn't come with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay.
It's an option. You can get it retrofit.
Yeah. Okay, but how much does that cost? You remember?
Probably 1,000.
1,000. Okay.
Yeah, depending on where you get it.
Oh, by the way, this car also doesn't have reverse camera. It's an option, which is what, 700?
Yep.
$700 option. Yeah, if you want reverse camera with this car. So yeah, I think that's about it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Do leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next review.